Hey guys, I'm back. That's Stump. A very nondescript white box, huh? So, let's open it. See what's in it. Now this is something that is requested by a few different viewers. Well, two viewers, but... So here's the thing. They requested a Ganzo version of this, but this is the exact same knife. So this is another one of those knives that's, Chinese kind of knife that's put out by different companies with different brand names. Same knife. So even though they asked me to take a look at the Ganzo one, we're going to look at this one. And I've been curious about this too. I've looked at it for a little bit. And when GearBest offered to send me, a few knives to look at, I said, oh, you got this one? Perfect. So I can't remember what the exact model is, but you will already have seen it in the title and the thumbnail. This one is branded by Land. It's the blade shape that always kind of drew me to this. It reminds me of a Graham design. But this is it's a different kind of knife, because this is straight up, this is a utility knife. This is not an EDC knife. This is not a field knife. This is, a workman's knife. That is pointy, by the way. So as you can see, we've got some tools built into the handle. We've got some multiple size wrenches. We also have a little line cutter, retractable style, and it is also kind of like its own little liner lock. There's a blade safety. So this is an interesting, kind of well-engineered little design. I'm hoping it holds up to our standard tests. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's take a look at fit and finish of the whole thing. So it actually looks pretty good. So you've got a G10 backspacer that runs the length of the whole thing. Is it G10? I think it's plastic, now that I think about it, now that I feel it. Probably a plastic backspacer. You've got a window punch / temple smasher on the end there. If you take a look, your wrench insert there is cut not only into this insert that fits onto the scale, it's also cut into the steel liner. So you've got, not just, it's all the way through. So if you open the blade, it fits all the way through the liner, the scale, and that insert. Jimping is almost, to tell you the truth, might as well not be there, because, the scale is just slightly shorter, but that backspacer comes up all the way to the height of the jimping, so it really doesn't do anything for you there. But other than that, screw recesses are even and nice. You've got that nice hollow tube for your lanyard. It's well made. Nice milling. Everything on the G10 looks very clean. Slight texture, not much. You've got a deep carry clip. It's right side only, but you get to choose tip up or tip down, depending on your taste. So a little bit of soup for you, just a little bit. Interesting that the line cutter has its own lock, and that's cool. We might as well just test that out right now. We'll get the cord out immediately. Ooh, look, navy blue today. And hopefully, I get a little bit more. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. I was thinking that was going to be a lot harder. Not the world's cleanest cut, but it cuts. So whether you're cutting cord or seatbelt or anything else, I think that's pretty good. It's hard to get your thumb in there to do a good flick, but it can be done. No blade play. Feels solid. Good seating right there. Lock has not traveled. Our line cutter popped up. Centering is still good. It's kind of hard to tell because, that chisel shape, but centering is still good. Lockup is still good. No blade play. Well, that wasn't so good, but it's a wet log, so it's kind of hard to do the chop because it wants to just sink into the log. But it's chopping. We might have to accept the fact that possibly this is not the sharpest blade on a Chinese-made knife. Say it ain't so. Well, the pull-through is not too bad, actually. Not bad at all. And that's slicey-wicey it. Slice is beautiful. This front end chisel cuts right through. Is the top sharpened as well? It is. So, you know, in terms of being able to use this blade in a very utility fashion, really nice. Great chisel grind all the way through. This is a false top edge, so that doesn't do anything for you, although you could sharpen it if you really wanted to, I guess. This locking thing here, I like it. You know, CRKT used to put that auto locks thing that I hated, and I used to take all my knives apart. They would automatically lock, and you would have to manually do it to unlock your knife. At least they give you the option there, so you can leave it off, or for safety purposes, if you're afraid somehow that lock is going to undo on you, you can put it on there. Need to get a piece of paper, though, to test that edge. Suffering the wet, moist paper again. That's nice, though. Nicely done edge, actually. So, see, as the paper gets all moist and humid, it doesn't want to cut anymore. Have this trouble every time it's raining out here, and I try to do a paper test. What does that tell you? I should stop doing paper tests out here. I think that the blade is well honed. It's not a function of the blade that's failing now. It's me trying to do this in the drizzle. But I think you can see that the blade is well done. Now, you could probably take that one step further if you wanted to. Run that on just a strop. And, I mean, I haven't done this in a long time. It will shave. Yeah, it's a unique knife. I've always wanted to get my hands on one. I don't know why I didn't before. I think it functions pretty well. The question is, who has the tasks in mind for this kind of edge? I mean, and you could do a lot of stuff with it. But it is, again, it's not a standard EDC type knife. It is definitely kind of a chore knife. It's a craftsman knife. It's a working man's knife. It's a tradesman's knife. That's the way John Graham defines a lot of his blades that he does. And he has that, looks blunt, but it's a sharpened chisel edge on the tip of a lot of his knives. So who would be interested in this going in the giveaway? I'm not saying it is. I might want to play with it. I actually would like to do some work on this and fancy it up. Or maybe use the link that they gave me to order another one. By the way, I've got a link for you in the video description. Direct link to get one of these if you like this. This is actually a lot more well put together than I thought it was. And I'm pretty sure that whether it says Land or Ganzo or I've seen a couple other names on it, Samrenmu, whatever, I'm pretty sure it's all the same knife. I have seen them with different colored G10 as well, but I actually kind of like this little guy. Be interesting to do kind of just carrying it around for a little bit in the shop and seeing if it's useful in the workshop. But if you guys think that this would be a cool addition to the giveaway, you let me know. And I think we can make that happen. Alright, so I'm starting to get wet. Battery's starting to run low. So, as always, don't forget, check the video description for links and stuff. Think about joining the Patriot. Be patriotic and join the Patreon team. I can't tell you how those guys help fund the viewer request, the boxes, and everything else. And I am finally, woohoo! It's only taken me like 2 years. The actual DocP patches, there's 3 different ones. They're finally getting made. I finally found an actual producer to do them and actually do them the way I want. So, yay. So, take a look at the links in the video description. Number 1, if you're interested in this, I've got a link for you directly to there. Number 2, Patreon. And number 3, all my other usual links. Have a link fiesta. Enjoy that stuff. You know, especially if you want to send a request. If there's something you'd like me to do, something you'd like me to look at, if you have an idea for a video you think would be good and you want me to think about doing that. I've got Facebook you can hit me up on. I've got an email address you can send it to. I love doing the viewer requests. They're some of my favorite videos. You'd be surprised how many great ideas on this channel come from a viewer who said, hey, I don't know if you've ever thought of this. Or sometimes they're like, hey, this might be a dumb idea. And I look at it and I said, this is the greatest idea I've ever heard of in my life. I'm ashamed I didn't think of it first. So feel free to use those links any way you want, guys. You are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. By the time you see this, I hope my arm is recovering, my shoulder is good, and I am in the process of making new videos for all you guys, and we're getting that giveaway underway, and everything's going great. So sit tight, and I'll be back again real soon.